Welcome to the Bloody Nuts Podcast.
What the heck is Bloody Nuts? You guys are freaking sick. Ew.
This podcast is not for kids.
This is it. The first episode of Bloody Nuts Podcast. Live in beautiful Las Vegas.
Beautiful Las Vegas.
I'm Zach.
Mike.
And we're gonna see what this little podcast is gonna do for us. But I think the main question that's gonna get asked first is the name of the podcast, because we brainstormed for what? 2 days? 3 days.
Yeah. Well, the whole name of the podcast was created by Zach, but
It was a suggestion.
it was a suggestion. I thought it sounded really cool, and then I didn't realize why he had chose the name until a few days later.
So
Go ahead.
yeah. I will tell my point of view of the story, but then I want you to elaborate more on what happened, because it is a good story. But Mike and I went to high school together. We've been friends for years now, but we had gym class together, and it was like an actual gym class where you're lifting weights and doing all this shit. And I remember was it a squat rack we were loading up, or bench? Something like that.
Yeah, it was a squat rack.
Squat. And so we were loading up some plates on it, and I had seen that Mike had dropped it, but I didn't really think anything of it. And but he came over to me and he was like, "Dude, I dropped the weight on my dick." And I was like, "Oh fuck!" And like, I felt bad, but I thought like, "Oh, it's probably not that bad." But then he started like hobbling away like a fucking penguin, like doing this little like penguin walk.
I can't believe you even remember.
And I literally saw you, because you had your gym shorts on too, and there was just little driblets of blood following you. And that's when I was like, "Oh fuck!" Like, he really got his dick. So please elaborate. Like,
So
what
we
happened?
got those stands, the weight racks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're separated. They got like the poles that stick out.
Yep.
You got like the 5s, the 10s, 25, or 45s, whatever.
The arms that are actually sticking out too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was carrying three weights at a time, and
Or were they 45s that you were carrying? Or-
no, they were 10s.
Okay.
I had three 10-pound weights. I was carrying them over there, whatever, like this or something. The one in the middle fell out, and somehow, my dick landed on the bar.
It just flopped right out there on the bar.
I'm wearing like basketball shorts, right? Dick flops out onto the bar, and the weight that fell down just sandwiched it just perfectly.
So did it get just the foreskin, or did it actually get the tip?
It,
did it get your balls?
it just got the tip, like, and I'll never forget it because there's a nice scar there.
Oh my god! And you went to the nurse's office right after that, right?
I ran to the locker room. Well, hobbled to the locker room. Door was locked. I had to come inside, and the teacher was like, I had to go tell the teacher, I was like, "I just dropped a weight on my penis." And he's like, "What? What'd you just say?"
I'm sure you were humiliated having to say that,
Dude,
to
I was so embarrassed, and I was like, "I just dropped a weight on my penis. I need to get in the locker room." He's like, "Oh my God. Okay." And he was just flustered. Like, he was just like not even sure what to do. He's just like,
yeah, because he's probably panicking too.
he's like literally
fuck.
he like looking both ways, runs over, grabs his keys or whatever, unlocks the locker room, lets me in there, and like, I just like, I don't even know why I needed to go in the locker room. I just wanted to go look at it, I guess, to make sure I didn't cut it off or something.
It was still there.
I go in the locker room, and I remember having to take a piss. And
So wait, you pinch your dick, and the first thing you need to do is piss?
yep. And
Oh, no.
it's because I'm peeing, and so it's full, right? And like the blood it's not like spraying out, but it's just like it's just leaking heavily. nasty. I went to the nurse's office. They didn't look at it or nothing. I just told them about it. And so my brother came, picked me up, and I went to the doctors later to make sure that I wasn't, needed surgery or something. But there was like a good probably like a quarter-inch cut.
So
Like-
did they have to like glue it or staple it or anything?
No.
or-
Dude, that would hurt so bad.
Yeah.
No. They just told me time would heal it. And I think I just had to put like Neosporin or something on it. But dude, the fucked up thing is that my mom, she can be a clown sometimes. She thinks she's so funny. I go into my bedroom, and in my underwear drawer, when I was like changing that night, she'd put a pad in my underwear drawer. Just thought she was so funny.
Dude, that's fucking hilarious.
Even my mom
bro.
was clowning on me.
I mean, maybe she was being helpful though, bro. Because I mean, you legit were just you was a blood trail.
Oh, I remember. There was
Like-
literally drops on the floor all the way up to the locker room.
I don't doubt it. I quit following it after so long.
I didn't clean it.
But the
Somebody
thing
else
is like
did.
when people get hurt like that and stuff, sometimes it's like, okay, they're dramatic, or you don't really like believe the extent of what it is because you're not experiencing it. But like when you told me, I was like, oh shit, that sucks. But when I saw the blood, I was like, this is like, he really fucked his dick up.
Dude, it was literally, it hurt so bad that it made my ears ring.
I'm sure. But
It's a lot different than like getting kicked in the nuts. Like someone kicks you in the balls, like, it hurts your stomach, right?
yeah, that's like a pinching on the tip, bro.
Like I may as well have just gotten to Prince Albert. Like it hurt like that. Cause it wasn't just like, I didn't cut a chunk off of it or anything like that. It just,
Split it open.
it got pinched so hard that it split the skin.
That's fucking gnarly. So, and you were a virgin at that time, right? I'm going somewhere with that, but yes, you were, because
I think so, yeah.
yeah, you called me when you had lost it. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But what I want to
Not a
ask
good
though
experience.
is like, okay, so the tip of your dick, for at least from what I've read, has like the most nerves in it. It's the most sensitive part. So do you think it affected your sensitivity? Do you think it like killed any of the nerves, or do you think it's still?
Not in high
Same.
school. No.
No, you didn't care. You're
I was-
still you're
no, I was-
beating
I
it
was-
5 minutes later.
I was still a Minuteman after that, yeah.
Dude, that's so funny. Anyway, that's how we came up with the name for the podcast. I had suggested it to Mike, and he just thought it was funny, I guess.
I was like, hell yeah, dude, that's a sick ass name. That's sick. 2 days later,
You know why it's named this,
he's over
right?
here talking about. I'm like, what are you talking about? Why are you bringing that up? He's like, that's the name of the podcast. I'm like,
What's funny is you had already agreed to, so it was like we were already committed, and then it's like, oh, by the way, it has to do with your bloody nuts. But it's still a good name.
yeah.
But going back, because I do want to tell this story because it's fucking hilarious when you lost your virginity. Okay. So this motherfucker, he calls me. Okay. We were bros. I lived in
We haven't
Oregon.
talked about this yet. I don't even.
Yes, we have. Oh, in person, like since it happened?
Yeah.
Maybe. Well,
So
hey, if
I'm curious on what your story is right now.
yeah. Well, and maybe it wasn't your first. Oh, anyway, we'll
Probably
figure it out.
was if you. All right, let's hear it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. So anyway, Mike and I used to live he still lives in Oregon. I used to live in Oregon. That's how we met. We went to high school together. And then my sophomore year, I moved to Texas. But then we would still kind of keep in touch and, talk on the phone or MySpace.
Mm.
So he had called me. We would just keep in touch about girls and whatever. And he was like, bro, I finally got laid, man. And he's like, but dude, I didn't have any rubbers. And so I took some saran wrap and a rubber band or a hair tie. And
Hair tie.
bro, did it stick? There's no way that fucking worked, bro. No way.
Was I not the only one that? I swear to God that I had heard about people using saran wrap. I thought that was a thing.
From who?
I don't know. I don't remember, dude. I swear that was a thing. But dude, my my brother fucking told me he's like wrap it twice, so I wrapped it 10 times.
Saran. Bro,
I took it like legitimate. Like I'm definitely
I feel like I'm being so safe right now.
like I'm not gonna have any kids.
Did y'all actually get to have sex with it, or was it like just didn't work at all, and then you said fuck it?
It's really hard to stick it in when you got
I'm sure.
loads of saran wrap.
I'm sure. So like what happened? Like you just kind of like tried and then you're like, this isn't gonna work.
Imagine trying to stick it into a brick wall. Like
I mean, I've tried.
I'm sure you have, dude. It doesn't. No, it's too dry, dude.
So what happened though? Did you go and get condoms? Did you say fuck this and you just raw dogged it?
No, actually, I had it all planned out. My dad was my parents were out of town, and my dad was heading out of town and then ended up coming back home. And so like, during the experience of wrapping it and then trying to stick it in, like that's pretty much all I had. And then my dad ended up walking through the door and he had no idea that I had a girl over. So that pretty much killed that experience like altogether.
Was that the closest you've ever been to getting caught? Getting caught?
No.
No. Did they walk in?
Dude.
No. Your parents?
Like,
okay, please.
I don't know how, dude.
Please tell me.
So I was getting a handy.
Okay.
Under the blankets one time, and my dad ended up walking in the middle of it.
Like in your bedroom?
Like we're under the blankets, like you can't see anything. But as soon as like I'm nutting, he opens the door. Like technically I wasn't allowed to have the door closed, But he opens the door and I'm under the blankets, and as he's opening the door, like I'm in the middle of nutting. And I'm just sitting here like trying to like I'm like my eyes like squinting, dude. I'm like, oh my God.
So you have your orgasm face going on while your dad's fucking
literally walked in the door, dude. And like, I've never talked to him about that before. Like he has no idea that he interrupted that. But
did he shut the door? Like, did he just shut the door and like let you finish? Or was it like,
no, he came in and started having a full conversation with me about something. I don't know.
You're like coming down from the high of nutting and he's trying to talk to you about, well, you want hot dogs for dinner?
Something like that. I was young too, dude. I was like 16 probably.
Dude, I don't remember a time that my parents ever walked in on me, but there was a time I had a girl in the room and he had come home and I heard he was home and he wasn't supposed to be home, my stepdad. And so I ran out there. I think I just had I'd thrown on my boxers or something. I was like, bro, I'm not going to lie to you. I have a girl there, like, just so you know. And he was so mad. He's like, get her the fuck out of here. And so like I had to go in there and tell her what happened. And then we were leaving. And my stepdad, I love him to death, but God, he's embarrassing sometimes, like socially awkward. And so instead of just like letting it just be what it is, he like stopped her on the way out and he's like, listen, obviously Zach can't respect me enough to, follow the rules of my house. So I'm going to ask you to make sure that he follows those rules and don't be in my house without me and fooling around and stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like that was the most embarrassing part, is that he talked with her afterwards.
Damn.
Right?
Damn.
Right? But I mean, it's better than like getting walked in middle of a nut. But I will say the more traumatizing thing is I've walked in on my parents.
No.
You haven't?
No.
Dude, okay. Listen, I'm telling you right now, this is like one of the most traumatic things in my fucking life, bro. Because I was probably 7 or 8. My mom and my stepdad had just gotten together. And I didn't really like him, It's like this stranger that's just kind of hanging around and shit. And I had a nightmare. That's what it was. I had a nightmare and I was like, well, I want my mom, like she'll make me feel better. And it was just us before that, so I never had to worry about it.
Come to find out that you're walking into the nightmare now.
Bro. But listen to me. It's not like they were just like under the covers fucking. Straight up reverse cowgirl.
No.
My mom's facing me, bro. Like titties bouncing, bro. Like it was dude. I'm telling you, it was the most fucked up thing ever. And she just starts like freaking out. He's yelling at me, get out of here. And so I just went back there and I'm freaking out. I think I did something wrong. And it was so fucking awkward.
I've never walked in on people fucking or anything, dude. Like, I don't know. I have not witnessed that trauma. But I've been walked in on by children.
That's pretty bad too.
By children. That's the fucked
Your
up.
own kids?
Yes. Well, no, not my own kids. Well, yes, actually. So when my fiance and I, we started getting serious, her kids would be like on the other side of the door, and you know the door's like locked or whatever, and like they don't really like, they didn't know me yet, right? I was still like sneaking in and out of the window because we weren't introducing our children to each other, right? So they walk up to the door and they're knocking on the door, they're trying to get in, and they're like, Mom, are you crying? They're asking if she's crying.
Oh my God.
And then shortly after that, I don't know, dude, it was probably like after we had already met, they said like her son like ended up like unlocking the door. Like he grabbed a key or something, like wedged it in the door and like unlocked it, walks in, and like, dude, I'm like, we're doing 69, dude. Like, what kind of traumatic experience is that?
I remember you telling me about this too, dude. Oh my God. Dude, and I know from experience, you can't get that image out of your fucking head. That kid is like, that is stamped in his head for fucking ever.
I told her, I'm like, I hopefully he learned his lesson not to pick a lock like that anymore when in his mom's room. Like, are you kidding me? Why would you do that?
I have no idea, dude.
I mean, they don't like, they're virgin to the thought.
Yeah, for sure.
Of any of that. So they have no idea. But I don't think he'll ever unlock the door ever again. Like that's
facts.
That's pretty messed up.
Facts.
And that's something that he will probably never forget.
So it's very similarly to that. There was one time where me and my wife were having sex, and when she's climaxing, sorry, sorry, wife. No, when she's climaxing, she gets really loud, like screaming and stuff, And so, like, I try to tell her, like, hey, I don't think you realize how loud you're being. Like, I guarantee the kids are hearing. And she's like, no, it's fine, whatever. Anyway, so there was a time we had hooked up, and then the next morning, my oldest daughter had come up to us, and she was like, she's like, hey, mommy, are you okay? Like, I heard you screaming last night. Like, I thought you were like hurt or something. I forget exactly what she said. And Brooke, my wife, she had to go. She was like, what did she say? She's like, oh, Daddy and I were just having a tickle fight. That's all we were doing. And so now,
classic,
right now. So every time it's like we're talking about sex and stuff, it'll be like, hey, you want to have some tickle time? Have a tickle fight.
Oh my God.
But
that's the code word now.
Exactly. But I know as she gets older, like, she's going to be like, wait a second. I know what tickle time really is.
Like, let's not talk about tickling.
Yeah, right.
I know what that means now.
I given my child PTSD with fucking tickling. Oh my God, dude. When you were talking about sneaking in through the window, I don't ever know if I ever told you about this, but this was like, I was humiliated, but I think it might have been worse for the other person. But I was freshly single, and I was like, I wanted to hook up with just some random girl, and so I had called this crush that I had in high school that I always thought was cute or whatever. And so I hit her up, and I was like, hey, we're gonna be going out and just kind of drinking, hanging out. You want to tag along? So she ended up coming, and pun intended. Just kidding. She ended up coming and hanging out with us. And, we ended up smashing and doing whatever. Well, the next morning we were sitting on the balcony, and, she was smoking a cigarette, and she's like, wow, like last night was pretty crazy,
Sounds really attractive.
What?
Sounds really attractive.
Yeah. But she was like, last night that was pretty crazy. Like, it was a good time, and like, she's like, we haven't done that since high school. And I was like, the fuck do you mean? Like, we've never hooked up. And she's like, yeah, we have. And I'm like, no. And she's like, you don't remember? Like, you lived in this neighborhood, which was my neighborhood. And she was like, and I snuck in through your window, which was true because I wasn't allowed to have girls over. And so I was like, oh, fuck. And so, like, I completely forgot I had hooked up with this chick, dude. And you could just see the humiliation in her face, dude. And I felt so fucking bad. But what am I going to be like? Oh, yeah, I remember. Like,
Totally remember that one time.
I had you bent over my bed. Yeah, that's right. But dude, like, yeah, girls, they do not like when you forget that you smashed. And it has happened to me twice.
Yeah, I'm gonna remember that. It was like, anytime it gets brought up, it's like, I don't even remember.
How do you?
We did? Forgot.
Like, yeah, you could tell. Like, it was so awkward after that. Like, we went to breakfast. I bought her a meal, but that was that. Like, there was no recovering that. I was gonna ask you. So, have you seen The Last of Us yet? TV show.
It's a TV show or movie?
TV show.
Probably not.
Okay, so it's like based off a video game, like a zombie apocalypse thing. But they basically what it's saying is that they had like this old thing from the 50s, and they were asking the scientists, if we need to worry about like a viral infection, like destroying humanity. And they said, well, if fungus was able to be carried in humans, then we'd be screwed. And they were like, well, fungus can't live in a temperature that high. But they were saying, like, as it evolves, that the climate gets warmer, and it has to evolve to live in a warmer climate. And if it gets to the point where it can live in a hot enough environment to be hosted in a human, we'd be screwed. And it kind of reminded me of like Jurassic Park, where what was his name? Jeff Goldblum. He's like, life finds a way. Life finds a way. So
Wait, when was that?
You ever seen Jurassic Park?
The first one?
Yeah, the original one.
Yeah, it's been a long time, but
so like in the movie, they had female dinosaurs only on Jurassic Park so that they couldn't breed and they can control the dinosaur population. And one of the characters was like, hey, like, life finds a way. Like, there's gonna, like, that's what happens, is life finds a way to keep going. And that's exactly what happened, is the dinosaurs were laying eggs and stuff.
Okay.
Anyway, this was a long story to get to a very simple question. But my question is, because life finds a way, stuff evolves. If something happened where we had to evolve and we were no longer able to ejaculate, men can't ejaculate at all,
Life's over.
do you think, but life finds a way. So bear with me as a type hypothetical. What if women had to start, they would shoot like the eggs into us, and then our sperm would fertilize the egg. Where would we carry the child? Would it go straight to our nuts, and we'd have to just like walk around with like, and you're like sitting on an egg of a child in your nutsack? Or would it like be in your gut? Where would it be?
Dude, I don't think a man cannot carry a child.
What I'm saying is they didn't think that female dinosaurs could breed in Jurassic Park, and it happened. So I'm just saying, this is completely hypothetical. If we had to carry a child, where the fuck would we carry it? In our nutsack? In our bellies? Where does this shit go?
I mean, it would make the most sense in a nutsack. I think.
But then it would be weird too, because I think I agree with you. But then it would literally be like you're sitting on an egg. You wouldn't be able to go to work. They got like 9 months maternal leave, bro. We would be like, bro, I literally can't walk. Like, I'm carrying this fucking.
Could you imagine what your nutsack would look like after the fact?
Oh, do you think it would just hang there?
Your skin's not going to just grow back.
That's true. Like, it probably would come back that.
No.
Dude, so you have one kid and your sack is just fucked. But they'd probably like just trim it up and sew it back up.
Some of these women can have like fucking 10 kids and their stomach grows back the same way.
Because their bodies are designed to fucking do that shit. For sure.
Yeah. Well, and some chicks will have like crazy stretch marks and some just don't. But if we were growing a child in our nutsack,
Hearing you say it,
Dude,
hilarious.
our sack isn't just gonna just shrivel right back up.
No, definitely not. But
It's like gauging your ears. They don't.
Sure.
You hit a certain point and it does not go back to the way it was.
So what do? Do you leave your sack there, or do you think they'll have a surgery to like trim it and then like sew it up so it's not just hanging everywhere? But if that happens and then you get pregnant again as a man, your fucking shit's gonna just bust out, and I guess the child just fall out of your nutsack.
No, there's no hole in your nutsack.
No. What I'm saying is, if you have a kid, it stretches out your sack. You get a surgery where they trim it and they sew it back up, heals, but it's not going to have the elasticity that it used to because they trimmed off all your skin. So if you get pregnant again, there's not going to be as much stretch to it. So it's either probably going to bust at the scar where they sewed it. Is what I'm saying. I know
This is too much weird for me to intake.
I'm sorry.
No, it would never. It's not possible. And if you're growing a child in your nutsack, they'd have to cut your nutsack open every single time in order to give birth. You don't just.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't even think about birth. Yeah, it's not coming out of your piss hole, is it?
How do you know that you're in labor? You're like,
Yeah, because you wouldn't have contractions because it's not like
the kid just comes over and knocks on your fucking scrotum and is like, I'm ready. Dad, can you drop me yet?
What if they just put a zipper on your nuts and whoop, there he is?
My boy.
It's a boy.
If there was a zipper, dude, I'd be like, open it up and like, oh, hey.
People would be hiding drugs and shit in there.
It's just my child.
Look what I keep.
It's just my kid.
And it's like 20 kilos of cocaine.
No, I don't have an 8-ball on me. It's just my child in my nutsack.
Dude, I know that question was so outlandish, but I've like been dying to hear how you responded to it, which is great.
Oh my God, dude. I could not imagine how life would be if the roles were reversed. If women weren't the ones carrying child and it was the man.
Dude, I have so much respect for women with that shit though, because like one thing that threw me off that I didn't know about like until I actually had a child was like when a woman carries a baby and their organs like literally have to shift upwards, like everything gets pushed and crammed up in there. And it's like, dude, your body goes through some fucking crazy shit to have a kid. And what's also fucked up, it's like being pregnant cannot be fun. Like all the shit that they got to go through. It's got to be uncomfortable,
Looks easy.
painful.
It's easy. Looks easy.
Yeah. Uncomfortable, painful. And not only that, it's like once they start their period, it's like, okay, either you get knocked up and you got to deal with all this pregnancy and your guts being rearranged.
When you're pregnant, you don't have a period anymore.
I know, but what I'm saying is either you have to get pregnant and deal with all that bullshit, or you don't get pregnant and then you got to fucking bleed out your fucking privates every month.
Dude, could you imagine if you're bleeding out your piss hole?
It would fucking
every month.
suck, dude.
Sorry, can't smash. Can't smash.
It would fucking suck, dude. And it's not like light blood, where it's just like, oh, it's like it's thick, chunky.
Imagine a tampon for your fucking dick hole.
It would be just like a Q-tip. Oh my God. Dude.
Could you imagine a Q-tip in there?
Oh my God. I've had it done, bro.
Shut up.
I've had it done. I had to get tested. When I got a test to see if I had anything, they stick a Q-tip in it and they freaking twist it, bro. And okay.
You know what?
Going in.
I've never gone through that.
Going in, not that bad. Twisting sucked. Pulling out,
oh my God,
sucked.
Dude.
It's horrible.
Stop.
Horrible. Stop. I went through it. You can hear it.
I can feel it right now, dude. I can feel every single hair in my body sticking up.
It sucks, dude. It really does. Yeah, our privates were not designed for things to go in them. Only out. Thank God.
Yeah. Fuck, dude.
I learned something about this too. I'm curious for you too. Like, whenever, I forget what it's called. I had just looked it up the other day, but whenever you piss, there's like, they explained it like a hose. There's still like a little bit of piss in there, and like it can like leak out afterwards. Does that ever happen to you? You ever had like
When I'm peeing?
like after you're done peeing, like you'll be done peeing and like, oh, okay, everything's out, and then you go and then some more comes out.
Yeah, you got to make sure your nutsack's out of your pants.
Yeah, for sure, because then it pinches it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I got you.
So if you just whip the dick out and not your nuts too, something gets pinched and then like the leftovers are still like sitting there.
Yeah. Yeah, and
So
you
you
squeeze
tuck it away
too.
and you can feel the piss dripping down your leg.
Well, it's not like a lot, but it's always like they're
It's
not always, but
enough. It's enough.
Yeah.
It makes it feel uncomfortable.
it drives me fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Well, and I get to the point now too where I got so sick of it where I literally like pinch my dick at the base and like squeeze it out, like just make sure all the drops are out there.
Mm.
But it's such a weird fucking thing, and I don't think that happens to girls because it's like, I don't know.
So what's crazy to me is that, and I've heard this from multiple women, and maybe it's just me that can't do this, but like women, they pee and they could just stop right in the middle of it and it's like save the rest for later. Can you do that?
What? They'll do a half pee?
Yeah. Like if I go,
What's the point of that?
if I go pee, like I'm going, I'm unleashing all of it.
100%.
I can't just cut it off.
I could cut it off, but it's not like I could cut it off and then walk away and pee more later. Like I could cut it off just for a second and then I have to pee like right after. But
So you can just take a leak and then just put it back in your pants and be like, I can go again in 5 minutes.
no, unless I like really was trying. But like, can you not stop midstream? Like if you were to pee right now and then just stop for 10 seconds.
No,
Really?
I can't stop.
Bro.
I can't say that I've really tried to stop and then continue it later. Like, what is the purpose of that? Like,
There's no
you're
purpose.
already going. Like, why don't you just?
There's no purpose of it, but like that has to do with your I think it's your Kegel muscles or whatever. So like if you have those, you should be able to like pinch it off.
My Kegel muscles are weak. Then apparently,
Bro, I really want you to try this next time you pee, to like just stop for
I'm gonna try it today.
15 seconds. Try to pause for 15 seconds and then pee.
Yeah, I'll try it.
I've never actually tried for 15 seconds, so now I'm gonna try to.
Like if I was going, I'd have to like pinch it. I'd have to pinch it, and I know that it would just like I would want to like push past that pinch. Like there's no way that I could just stop and
I
then
think you
continue it later.
I think you could. You gotta try.
This is crazy to me, dude.
You,
I've never done that.
There's really not a point. I mean, there really is no point, but I'm curious to see if you could actually even can.
I really don't understand why somebody would go and then say, "Oh, I don't have time for this," and then just stop.
Well, okay. And so when you brought that up too, do they piss? So they'll do a half pee and then just walk away from the toilet and go on with their days?
Yeah.
What's the purpose of this?
So
I have heard.
So mostly it's just from like drunk nights. Like you go out, you're out or whatever, out and about. There's nowhere to go to the bathroom, and the chick has to get out of the truck. She's got to squat on the ground, and she's like, "Yeah, I just went a little bit, and I'll save the rest for later." Like,
So-
and like I've heard this a couple different times, dude. And I
Hold
just
on.
don't understand.
I have heard that with girls though, when their bladder's full, I don't think it's all girls, but it pushes against their G spot and it actually feels good for them. I don't know if you've ever been with a girl where they're
If
like,
I was a girl, I would hold my piston all the time.
so maybe that's what it is. Is like she was like, I really got to pee, but it feels fucking good, so I'm only gonna do a half pee.
Well, I've also heard, yeah, when you have a full bladder, like the orgasms are more intense.
For females.
I don't know. I kind of feel like it's better for me too.
That's true, because then you know that your fucking nut has to fight past the urine. Because when you have to pee, the pee is a priority. It's coming out the hole. But then when you start working it, and you're like, okay, a nut's coming. Then it has to now prioritize that. So the amount of work that has to go in to change the prioritizations probably is what makes it feel better. But when I have to pee though, I can't I'm like, yeah, I gotta pee. Like I can't. It's so hard to focus on anything else if I have to pee.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because your stomach starts hurting, and I don't know. You just like start getting like those sharp pains in your
Kidneys,
gut.
yeah.
Dude. And it's not worth holding in.
100%. You know what I
Or if
realized?
you're driving and every single bump you hit in the road is just like stab,
Yeah, you're like,
stab.
Yeah, dude. I hate when I holding pee. Like I go to the bathroom all the time because I just like I don't like it. I don't wait to the point where I'm about to explode. Have you noticed too that as you got older, like I remember as a kid, I would piss, and dude, if I was pissing outside, I could literally piss like 6-7 feet in front of me. Now, dude, like I have my stream is not nearly as powerful. Is this the same for you?
Nope.
No, you got a powerful stream?
I have a very powerful stream.
Well, I saw that on our hotel floor this morning. Y'all, okay, we're in Las Vegas right now.
I don't have an explanation for this.
We're in Las Vegas right now. This motherfucker got tore up. I had to babysit per usual when we hang out. And anyway, I woke up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and the floor was wet. And I was like, what the fuck? And I like really didn't think anything of it. And then I smelled the fucking urine, dude. And I was like, this motherfucker pissed all over the floor. And he didn't deny it because apparently this is a common occurrence. I don't know.
Dude, it's been a long time. Okay. You know what? I've grown up. I don't pee on the floor as much anymore.
Yes.
But that was a thing of mine, dude. That was a signature move. And
Is it when you're drinking?
yeah.
Yeah. So
no, when I'm sober, I piss on the floor all the time.
What I'm saying though is like, do you like have you ever sleptwalked and like piss while you're sleepwalking?
Oh,
or
yeah.
anything?
Mhm.
Okay. So you're probably a sleepwalker, and then when you're drunk, you probably have to pee more, and that's just what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Like I'm kind of one of those dudes that would just go open up a dresser and just piss in the dresser.
Okay. Dude, literally I have another buddy too, which is crazy that you said a dresser because I was in a room, we were all partying, and I was with a girl, we're hooking up, whatever. This motherfucker's drunk as shit, busts open the door while we're fucking and just turns on the dresser and just starts pissing, bro, all over the dresser. And we were like, what the fuck, dude?
And he just leaves the room and like goes on with his day.
Well, the owner of the house, dude, he was like, he just went up to him. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? And of course, he's so drunk, like he doesn't even know. He's just like stumbling around peeing. And the guy, he's so nice, dude. He was like, I'm just going to let him finish. Like he's already pissed so much, like whatever. So he just pissed all over his dresser.
Because he can't stop.
I mean, he could have like drugged him.
He can't stop, dude.
He could have drugged him, but then he would have got pissed all through the house. But then he was so mad at him, he literally kicked him out, made him sleep outside, and it was like this metal swing.
Good man. Dude,
it was
you know
hilarious.
what's fucked up is that, yes, I've pissed on many floors. Just drunk experiences, and literally like I peed on the floor next to the toilet. Like, yeah, I do stupid shit like that. But if somebody pissed on my floor, I'd fucking make them sleep outside too.
You pissed on my floor. Am I going to make you sleep outside?
I booked a hotel. I can piss on this floor if I want to.
Well, I'm going to contribute then. Dude, I've never had a peeing like places issue, but apparently that's a thing because you and my other buddy.
I've peed. Yeah, no, I used to pee on the floor all the time. Dude, I went on a double date one time. Well, I wasn't even hammered either, but we're leaving the bar, and I was like, hold on, I gotta pee real quick. So I hopped out of the truck and I started peeing, and I was like talking to everybody inside the truck while I was going, and I ended up like not paying attention where I was aiming, and I just pissed all over my pants. I didn't do it because I was so faded or something. I literally just got out of the truck and I was aiming and peeing or whatever, and aiming directly at my pants, not on the ground. And I'm sitting there like, I'm like, holy shit, my pants are getting hot.
So what do you do?
We were on our way to a party.
So did you like tell everyone like, hey, I pissed myself, or did you like spill your beer on your lap, or
No, I fucking no, I told him, I was like, yo, I just pissed all over my pants. We need to go to the store. And so
I respect that.
Yeah, I literally like I took my pants off. And I just cruised in my boxers or whatever. And then I gave him my debit card. They went into Fred Meyer and bought me a pair of pants and went to the party after.
That's awesome.
On a double date, dude.
Wait, did you still get laid that night?
I don't fucking know.
We'll just go with yeah.
It's a good chance. There's a good chance.
Piss myself. Let's fuck. Dude, that's hilarious, bro.
Yeah. No, yeah, dude. I've had lots of pee-pee moments.
See, mine, I don't care to admit this, but it's honest. I have more shit my pants moments than piss my pants moments.
Shut up.
Oh, bro. I have like stomach issues galore, bro. Like, I probably shit myself 4 times a year, bro. Like either sharting or like, it's usually sharts, bro. You look shocked to hear this.
Yeah, I am.
Dude, I will tell you, one of the worst ones, dude, I was going to my parents' house, and I think it was a long drive, and I kind of got the bubble guts, like I had to shit, and and I was fighting it. I was like, oh, I'm good, I'll shit when I get there. Well, then it started like cramping, dude, and I like had to go, but I was on this stretch of road where there wasn't really a bathroom, so I was like, fuck, dude. So I'm just like, I'm holding it, and dude, the cramps were like nothing I had ever had before, and dude, before I knew it, I just feel. Dude, and it was like this this puddle of mud, literally that like formed under my ass, dude, like a shit pancake. And I was just sitting there like, well, I fucking shat myself, bro. So I'm just like driving with this, dude, and it was so fucking bad, bro. And it's bad. It's so. Have you not shit yourself as an adult?
No.
Oh man, dude.
No, I have not.
I'm fucking up, man.
The last time I shit myself was when I was in diapers, dude.
All right, well, you piss on floors, I shit my pants. We're both fucked.
I'd rather piss on the floor.
Dude, I do have another one too, okay? I mean, I have shit stories galore, bro, but it was at work. It was like my first year.
You shit yourself at work?
Bro, listen to this, bro. So we were on a scissor lift, me and the guy I was working with, bro. So we're like 40 feet in the air, running conduit, okay? And I had to fart, and I should know now not to trust my farts, but I farted, and it was a shart. Like, and I'm not talking like full on shit, but it was enough to be like, oh, I got to do something about this. So I was like, hey, I really got to go to the bathroom. You think you can lower the scissor lift so I can go? And of course, it's a construction site, so there's porta cans, which means they got that single ply fucking horrible toilet paper. So I'm like, dude, cleaning all the shit out of my fucking boxers, and I still have like a couple hours in my day too, and I'm like, fuck, I don't want like this wet shitty underwear on me. So I literally like folded up like probably a whole roll of fucking toilet paper and put it in there like a fucking maxi pad, bro. And I had to go back to work.
At that point, I would have just taken my underwear off, gone commando, and just tossed my underwear inside the porta potty.
Okay, I agree with you. However, what if I shit myself again? Then, dude,
what are the chances that you shit yourself twice a
with
day?
me? Very possible.
No way.
No, I'm not saying I don't remember time I like shit myself multiple times in a day. But what I'm saying is, like, I had that thought, but I was like, bro, if I shit myself again, it's gonna be a lot harder to cover this shit up. Literally. Dude,
that's crazy.
I really hope that someone listening like experiences shitting themselves as much as I do as an adult. Either that, or I got some fucking problems and I need to go to the doctor or just do something.
Dude. I'm speechless, man. I don't even know what to say. Like I did not know that was a thing. People are shitting themselves on the daily.
I wonder how many people we walked by in Vegas since we've been here has shit in their
How
pants.
many people we walked by that has shit in their pants?
Dude, there's got to be a good handful.
Like I know people have stomach issues and stuff, dude, but like shit in your pants on a regular is
So to get even deeper too, bro, because like I have really bad hemorrhoids too. You know that, right?
oh my god.
So one thing that I experienced with my hemorrhoids is because they're so bad, bro. I get like anal leakage too. So straight up, like my butthole will just leak juice, dude. It's fucking horrible. And then
And your hemorrhoids are just stinging because they're open?
dude, well, that's the thing is it leaks. The hemorrhoids really don't hurt unless you wipe. When you wipe them, it hurts. But when the juice gets on them, bro, it burns and itches so bad. I'll literally have to go to the bathroom just to wipe my ass, bro, to get all that shit, like all that juice off of my butthole.
I don't think I've ever had one of those.
It's terrible, bro. And every time I go to the doctor too, they give me like this cream that's like supposed to shrink them or whatever. And it doesn't do shit. But they're not like big enough. Cause if they're big enough, what they'll do is they'll put these rubber bands on them and it basically like suffocates it and just falls off. That's apparently what they do. But mine aren't big enough to do that. But then they never seem like it's an issue. But I'm like, dude, like I'm fucking gotten juice leaking out my fucking butthole and it hurts and it's gross. I'm sick of it.
You can't like freeze it off like a wart or something.
I don't even know what they look like, bro, to be honest. I just know they're there.
You've never like gotten up like on the counter and like
I can't look at my butthole, bro. Like just it's plus I got like a thick bush in my butthole, bro. Like
you got a bush down there for sure. Oh my god, dude.
Dude, I'm pretty hairless on my body, but my butthole and my butt crack just so hairy. No idea why.
Oh my god, dude.
Dude, I have a buddy, and he's like, I used to work with him, and he couldn't wipe his ass with dry toilet paper. So he would literally go to the bathroom with either his coffee cup or a water bottle so he could pour the water or coffee on it to wipe his ass because he thinks wiping your ass with dry toilet paper is disgusting. And dude, it was just like the weirdest fucking thing. But then this same friend also, he would always like moon us and like, he would straight spread his cheeks, bro. Well, because I knew his toilet paper thing, he mooned us, spread his cheeks, dude. And the amount of toilet paper crumblies that were in this man's ass bush were ridiculous, bro. It looked like it had snowed in his butthole, bro.
Because that toilet paper is just so weak and it just keeps falling apart.
I was like, bro, bring some dude wipes. Like that's so much better.
You know, it's crazy to think you can just spit on the fucking toilet paper if you really wanted to.
I don't know, dude. Do you?
I've done that, yeah.
Do you prefer wiping your ass with wet, like a wet?
I've always just used dry, dude.
I mean, that's the way to do. But I have a bidet though.
As somebody who fixes sewer lines on a daily basis, I don't flush wipes down the toilet because flushable wipes is a fucking lie.
Yep, facts.
They don't dissolve fast, and it bunches up and it causes clogs and shit. I've seen it so many times.
Yep.
And I don't use wipes. I don't use wipes. It's fucked up. I don't even like tampons. You know,
dude.
I tell my woman, stop flushing tampons down the toilet.
She was flushing them. That's the worst thing you can do.
So the fucked up thing is, so you can flush them, and you know they could get stuck in your sewer line, which
they will because they expand so fucking much.
Right. I can't tell you how many times that I've fucking picked one up with my bare hands at work, dude, by accident. It's disgusting. Tell my woman, stop flushing the tampons down because they're gonna get stuck in the sewer, right? But it's like, you flush a bloody tampon down, or if you don't flush it, then where does it go? You just put it in the garbage, and you just have a bloody tampon sitting in there in the garbage can.
So in my experience, the most
With
effective
tampons?
way. Yeah. all my tampon usage. No, of women I've been with and like experiencing it, being around it, is they'll take it out and then wrap it in toilet paper and then just put it in the trash, and then you can't even like tell. But like flushing it, especially if you own the house, it's gonna fuck up your plumbing eventually, bro. Like, it is the worst thing you can do.
Well, yeah. If you have I guess it kind of depends on the material of your sewer, but yeah, if you have like newer piping in the ground, it'd probably be okay for the most part, depending on the slope. But if you don't have good, if you have like old material, like concrete pipe or something like that, it's gonna get stuck, and that's where issues are caused. So,
but if anything's too, like, so we had renovated these restrooms last year, and when they installed the carrier, they had like not taken out the knockout, which was like, I'm sure you know what it is, but it's like a little piece of metal off the carrier, and it was still in the pipe a little bit. Well, what was happening is that the students, because it was at a college, they were using the toilet still, but the toilet paper was getting caught on that edge. So even though you can flush toilet paper, it's not a big deal. It kept getting stuck right there, so it just clogged that whole fucking thing. So if there's anything that's in your pipes that could, like, not making it where it's fully able to flow, something's gonna get caught there, and then if the first tampon doesn't catch it, then the next one, it's just gonna build, and then
exactly,
you're gonna have some fucking issues.
Exactly. And nobody wants to find their own shit on their fucking living room floor.
Facts. They want to call you to fix it.
Dude, unfortunately, yeah.
Hey, it's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it, man.
Yeah, people always tell me too, like, well, I don't have any problems with my pipe, so I'm not gonna fix it yet. Like, yeah, just wait till your shit's in your living room floor, then you'll be calling us, and
it's called preventative maintenance, bitch.
Dude. You know what? And I was just telling you earlier how I was cleaning up the milk spill on the floor. Like cleaning up the milk that spilled all over the floor sucked ass. Because you got to pick up everything. Because that milk sits there and lingers, it stinks. So if you have shit water all over the floor, you got to pick everything up and clean that off too. Because you imagine if that sat there and lingered?
That's so gross, dude. Yeah, I could never be a plumber. I've been around it with maintenance and stuff, and it's just, no, can't do it.
And the thing is, we don't lay new plumbing. We replace old plumbing, and that's the fucking shitty part.
Yep, 100%.
It's nasty.
It's been used for a while.
Yeah, it for the most part, it's okay. But some days, dude, it's fucking disgusting.
Some might say it's a shitty job, but
yeah, never heard that before.
Oh,
it's crazy.
Don't bite your fingernails,
dude. Some of the things that people say, it's so repetitive. You'll be outside digging a hole, and you looking for China? Ha 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 ha! You finding any gold yet? Ha ha ha! This looks like a shitty job. Like, fuck you. I've heard this. I've heard it all.
That's the shit with like my diabetes and stuff too. People will say shit like that, like just jokes that like I can't think of one right now. Oh, should you be eating that? Should you be eating that? Like, bitch, you're not my fucking dietitian. Why don't you eat a fucking dick? Can you eat that, bitch?
Well, if they didn't know that you're diabetic, they just think you're on drugs.
What was that? Oh, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? We should bring up that story too, though. But maybe we should say that for episode 2.
All right.
Because I feel like we dove into some shit, literally and non-literally.
Yeah, we've dug into some shit, some male pregnancy, pants shitting, floor pissing.
But with this being the first episode, I think the audience will have a good idea of what the fuck they're getting into if they continue to listen. Yeah. Which if it were me, I would love to listen to shit like this. Guys bullshitting, being guys talking about real shit. That's entertaining to me. Now, other people, I don't know.
Balls.
Dicks and balls. You like dicks and balls?
Dicks, balls, ball pregnancies, scrotum pregnancies. What else did we cover?
All of it. Anyway, well, thank you for joining the first episode of the Bloody Nuts podcast. I feel like Honestly, I feel like it's pretty good.
Yeah.
In Las Vegas too, like it just feels so right.
Yeah. Well, the rest of the podcast will be,
Remote.
yeah.
We live 3,000 miles apart from each other.
Is it 3,000 miles?
3,000 miles, yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
2-hour time difference. We're just here for the When We Were Young festival. We're going there tomorrow. But yeah, he kept avoiding the podcast, and I was like, dude, we got to do this. So I brought the equipment, and we're here. We're doing it.
Yeah. Forced it on me this time.
Do you feel better now that we did it, or is it?
Yeah. No, I'm glad we did it because
This is we literally have conversations like this pretty regularly. I mean, obviously, it's a little bit different with podcast style.
You're right.
This is what we do.
Yeah, our conversations on the phone and stuff get out of line sometimes.
But that's what's dope, though, is that we have somebody that we're comfortable enough to have those conversations with.
Yeah.
I cannot talk to you the way I talk to like pretty much anyone else.
You wouldn't talk to your wife like this?
Maybe some stuff. But like my coworkers, bro, oh fuck that, dude.
I know. I
won't even bring up a
I
fart
talk to you.
around them,
Like, we live so far apart. I talk to you more than I talk to anybody else. But yeah, no.
which is crazy. Dude,
Mhm.
you're my best friend, and I see you once a year in
Yeah.
person. It's crazy. Anyway, so thanks for checking out the Bloody Nuts podcast. I'm excited to see where this goes. But tune in for the second episode, and we'll tell you why Mike thinks I do drugs in restaurants. So. All right, we'll see y'all.